Is it real? Can we finally play Voltron in Is It colors? Let's find out in this video. Check it out. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am Josh, aka Finley Kilgore, and today we are continuing our adventures in the world of Edge of Eternity's Pauper Commander by taking a look at Momenon, the Uthros Exile. I am super excited about showing you this deck list because it looks awesome. It sounds spectacular. I have not gotten to play test it yet outside of a couple of basic dry runs, and even in those dry runs it seemed like so much fun. So before we get into that, if you are not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you doing? Get down there and hit that subscribe button now. And then also, if you're enjoying any of these videos, make sure you drop a like on them. It helps out a lot and it makes me feel a lot better. And then finally, make sure you drop a comment down below. Also, you can go down to the description and find all of my socials, which really is just Instagram at Finley Kilgore, and my Whatnot page, which is also Finley Kilgore. I like selling cardboard, and if you enjoy buying cardboard, then you can use my affiliate link in that description to get $15 in free credit if you're a first-time user, but do remember, shipping and handling charges may apply. So, Momenon Uthros Exile is a very intriguing creature for me. He is a 3-mana 1/3 flyer, so already we've got a great keyword on him: flying. That means we already have one piece of a Voltron build taken care of. What is his wording? He says, whenever an artifact you control enters, you put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Now, that target creature can still be Momenon, so might as well go ahead and put it on him or her. I think it's a him. I'm not totally sure. I'm sorry if I misgendered. So the big thing that we have to figure out is what are our ways to win? Well, it's simple. We play artifacts. Once they enter, he gets counters. I'm just going to keep saying he. It's much easier. And then you make Momenon very big and you swing in for commander damage. So what are the ways that we have to play artifacts? Well, we've got a huge array of them. You can see we got 28. But the big ones that I want to point out is, since I want this to be a Voltron build, it means that I am trying to include good equipments that are going to give us the biggest bang for our buck. So for instance, we've got Armory of Erois. Whenever an equipped creature attacks, you put a 1/1 counter on it. 2 mana to equip, not too shabby. Then we've also got the Beamtown Beatstick. Now this and Goldvein Pick are very intriguing for us because of the fact that they will give benefit, like this one gives menace, but whenever they deal combat damage to a player, you create a treasure token. Guess what? That means that when you do the combat damage, it's going to put another artifact into the battlefield, which then is going to add another 1/1 counter onto Momenon. Very, very powerful. We've also got a Cloak of the Bat in the deck. I love putting this card into any deck that I possibly can. Being able to give the creature flying and haste is very nice. The flying part doesn't matter so much. The haste does. Goggles of Night. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you scry one, then draw a card. Again, 2 mana to equip. And we all know that cards like Sigil of Sleep, well, not Sigil of Sleep, that just taps a creature or bounces a creature back to hand. I can't honestly remember. But Ophidian Eye. Ophidian Eye is a really powerful aura. This is essentially a very budget version of being able to get something like that, but you do get the scry beforehand, which is very nice. We've also got the Haunted Cloak. This is going to grant vigilance, trample, and haste as well. Again, staying within that 4-mana range that we want on our equipments, and getting that trample when he gets very big is going to be very good for us as well. We also happen to have the Prying Blade. This is another one of those, once they deal combat damage, you get a treasure token, so it's going to end up increasing him even more. We've got a Red Mage's Rapier in here because, let me tell you guys, this card is the genuine business. It is a 5-mana range, 2 mana and then 3 for the equip, but you do get a 1/1 off of it, so nice little chump blocker, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you're going to get that +2/+0, turning this guy into essentially a slick shot show off just out of the gate. Very nice. And then we've also got probably one of the most forgotten pieces of Pauper equipment that exists, and that is Varak Battlehorns. Varak Battlehorns is 2 mana. Equipped creature has trample and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature with an equip cost of 1. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. What about your Viridian Bows and all these other things? We don't need those, all right? We just need to try and superpower this guy with the right keywords, and he will gain all the power himself because of all the other artifacts we're playing. You probably also noticed we've got the sticky fingers off on the side. I like this. It's a 1 mana aura. It's not going to give us a +1/+1 counter, but it does give us menace. It does mean that we can get a treasure token, and when the creature dies, we get to draw a card. So I like it just as a replacement effect. Now, what other things are we running in the deck? Well, we've got Arcbound Tracker over here because if we don't have Memenon on board, we can at least start trying to get some 1/1 counters on the Arcbound Tracker, and then whenever he dies, we can put all of our 1/1s over to another target artifact creature. Now, we are not going to be able to put them onto Uthros, but we do have a couple of other artifact creatures in the deck that are going to be worthwhile for us. Crashing Drawbridge is going to give everybody haste. That's a no-brainer. Elgod Shieldmate is one that I have played in a couple of different decks, and I've just fallen in love with. It is a soulbond creature where both creatures have hexproof. So this is a way for you to be able to add hexproof onto Memenon. And then if you have other creatures on the board, things like Chainer's Edicts or Cornered by Black Mages are going to feel really bad when you have some of these other creatures out on the board. So I do like this to be able to offer hexproof, and since you can't targeted removal the Shieldmate itself, it means that you have to either board wipe or sack it, and it survives against any form of breath weapons or fiery colonnades. We also have Ethereum Sculptor and Foundry Inspector in order to be able to get our artifact costs down. We have Firebrand Archer, Ingenious Artillerist, Kessig Flame Breather. We've also got a Pendragon Strongbow and a Reckless Fireweaver, because what would a red deck be without any form of pingers inside of it? Then we've got some affinity creatures. We've got a Frogmite in here. We've also got the Mirror Enforcer, and we also have the Surgeoner's Companion. The companion can play twofold because it does allow us to go also hunt down an artifact land if we need one to get that 1/1 counter, because remember, that will buff up Memenon as well. We've got our Ornithopter of Paradise as a mana dork. We've also got this Oreplate Pangolin, another new one out of Edge of Eternity. So many good cards coming out of this set. Whenever another artifact you control enters, you can pay 1. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. It is a lesser version of an Arcbound Tracker or a Memenon, but it does do what we need it to do. You've got the Marching Duodrone out of Baldur's Gate. Whenever it attacks, each player creates a treasure token. Again, it means that you're going to get more 1/1 counters. Beyond that, we've got an Iron Mirror in here just to help with a little bit of mana ramp. We've got a Mirror Retriever, so that way you can get back an artifact card that is in your graveyard. And then we've also got the Rook Turret. I did not include Skyswimmer Koi in this because it is not an artifact creature, and I wanted to really try to focus towards artifacts to get the most benefit out of Memenon as we can. I've pronounced that a million different ways. I'll never get it right. Rook Turret is a beautiful card. You probably saw that in my Kiru Goldkeeper deck tech. Whenever another artifact you control enters, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So it allows us to be able to pick up whatever cards that we need by just getting a bunch of artifacts into the battlefield. Now, we do have a number of cards that are going to help us to offer control options. We've got cards like Counterspell in here. We also have a Galvanic Blast. We have a Mental Modulation, another card out of Edge of Eternities. I'm telling you, there's so many good ones. This one costs 1 if you play it on your turn. You can tap target artifact or creature and draw a card. Just both of those options on a card feel very good, particularly when we're trying to get in for commander damage. We've also got a card like Stoic Rebuttal. We've got Welding Sparks, very good in this. You get 3 damage plus whatever number of artifacts you control, so you can hit big things like Ulamog's Crushers or Trolls of Khazad-dûm if you need to. We've got Aether Spellbomb in here, so that way we're able to bounce something if need be. And then, last but not least, we've got this Ilvoy Lightjammer, again, out of Edges of Eternity. Edge of Eternities, where when it enters the battlefield, you attach it to target creature, and that creature gains hexproof until end of turn. We've got a couple of other hexproof options with Shore Up and Dive Down. I would like to try and hunt down maybe 1 or 2 more ways to add hexproof, just so we can keep our commander alive. Beyond that, we've just got a bunch of non-creature spells that are going to draw us cards. Ponder, Preordain, Reverse Engineers, the Thoughtcast, Brainstorm, Deduce, which is, again, very nice. You get to pay 2, draw a card, and then put a 1/1 counter on something because an artifact came in. We've also got the Metallic Rebuke as one of our counterspell options. Perilous Research, another one that I really didn't think about until somebody pointed it out to me. 2 mana, you could draw 2 cards, then you sack a permanent. But if you've got any of these treasure tokens that you don't need, you can sack that to it. Any other options like Nutrient Blocks, any of these cards that care about dying, like, yeah, Nutrient Block, let it die, and then you can draw a card. Sounds good to me. We've got a bunch of these card draw artifacts in here as well. We've got an Alchemist Vial here. We've got a Cryogen Relic, again, out of Edge of Eternity. So many good cards coming out of this set, where when it enters or it leaves, you end up getting a treasure token, but also you can sack it to put a stun counter on a tapped creature. So if you got somebody that's attacking like a gut deck, you're going to be able to do something to work against that. We've also got the Guild Globe for card draw. We've got the Ichor Wellspring for card draw. Instant Ramen for card draw. Lunatic Pandora was another one that I wasn't sure if I wanted to put it in here, but when I really started thinking about it, the Rook turret is really the only way that we have to filter in the deck, so being able to utilize the Lunatic Pandora does give us that Surveil option if we need it, but then it's also just another removal option, and destroy target non-land permanent are not words that you see very often inside of this format. Prize Statue is just another version of an Ichor Wellspring, except it makes a treasure token. So 2 mana, it comes in, puts a 1/1 counter on, then it's going to make a treasure token, puts another 1/1 counter onto your commander. So very, very solid list. Number of mana rocks, Prismatic Lens, is it Signet? We've got a Fractured Power Stone in there. We've also got an Arcane Signet because we are running in 2 colors. A Felwar Stone because it is 2 mana. You can run any form of mana rocks that you want inside of the deck. I really only went with those because those are kind of the most common ones that I run. Outside of that, as far as our land base goes, we are running a number of artifact lands. We've got our Darksteel Citadel, a Great Furnace, Seat of the Synod, and Silver Bluff Bridge to fulfill all of our artifact land needs. We are also running our duels, so a Volatile Fjord as well as a Molten Tributary that we can pull off of the Lorien Revealed if necessary. We've got our Forgotten Cave for the card draw as well as the Lonely Sandbar. We do have our command tower, so that way we've got double our we've got our colors, and then we've got the Ash Barrens as one of our last things. Is it Boilerworks is a superstar in this deck. Being able to bounce something back to your hand, like a Great Furnace or a Seat of Synod or a Silver Bluff, and then replay it on the next turn is very powerful for us. And that's it. We're just trying to win with commander damage. There we go. We did it. We have a Voltron deck in Is It. So y'all build the deck. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you hit the like button for me and subscribe. Like I said, it is going to be an onslaught of videos that we've got this month. I've still got at least 3 more Edge of Eternity's commanders that we're going to be looking at. And above that, I've got other commanders from Final Fantasy. I've got other commanders that are in my own cube that I'm going to be doing deck techs on. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button, get updated on all the new videos that are coming out. Hit my Instagram, hit the Whatnot page. My name is Josh, aka Finley Kilgore. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.